Hey, so if you just so happen to find my video and you press play, thank you so much for coming. Um, this is my spoiler-filled review for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm just get straight to it. This movie kicked my ass. I loved every single second of it. I know some people have complaints about maybe the first act of this film, but it doesn't bother me. I had a great time watching it both times that I seen it, and I'm probably seeing it a third time this weekend, and I'm really looking forward to that. Um, I think this is some of John Watts' best direction. I've enjoyed every single Spider-Man movie that he's directed from this trilogy. Homecoming is top tier Marvel to me, and Far From Home, while it's not as good as No Way Home, especially the beginning part, or it's not as good as Homecoming or No Way Home for that matter, but it's not good as either of those two movies. I think once Mysterio's plan is revealed and he gets that big that big scene at the bar, I think that's where that movie starts to kick it to another notch, and I start enjoying that one. But anyway, I think John Watts, he's had enough time to spend with these characters and these actors, and he's built. It seems he's built a good relationship with everyone because he just knows how to handle it this time. I didn't think much of him before. I'd never seen his older movies. Like I said, Spider-Man is the only thing I've seen, and you know, I enjoyed those, but I didn't think much of him as a director. But this time, he gives moments a time to every emotional moment gets time to breathe, and it's not broken up with a joke or anything like that. It just sits there, and you get to sit in those emotions. And I'm telling you, I was sitting in some emotions this whole time. Um, so Andrew Garfield, I think he shined initially when this when all the rumors started coming out about this movie. I wasn't too excited about returning actors and uh, returning villains, returning Spider-Man. I just thought it was a cheap nostalgia trick, and I'm like, the MCU is above that. We don't need all this extra stuff. Just give us a follow up to. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Just give us a follow up to you know the ending of Far From Home, and they did end up doing that with this movie, and they just did it in a way I didn't expect. So Andrew Garfield coming back, I have a soft spot in my heart for Andrew Garfield's performance as Peter and Spider-Man in those amazing Spider-Man movies. So as soon as he was on screen, I was so happy. He was so charming, and he slipped right back into that suit. It's like he never left, like he was born to play this role, and he just did a phenomenal job with everything, with the jokes. I think he had tremendous chemistry with everyone, with Zendaya, with Jacob Batalon, with Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Jamie Foxx eventually. He just that man knows what he's doing, and he in a movie full of highlights, everything in this movie works. But he's the thing I think about every single time I think about this movie. I think about him first. Um, and that's not fair to, it doesn't sound fair to anyone else. I just love Andrew Garfield. Uh, Tobey Maguire, I've been able to let nostalgia go because I rewatched those films recently, his original Spider-Man trilogy, and just his performance as Peter and Spider-Man. It just, well, Peter Parker specifically, it just doesn't do it for me. I think he's fine as Spider-Man, but his Peter, I have a hard time believing in him as a viable love interest, not just for MJ, but for anyone. I don't see how anyone could just be madly in love with this guy. I don't think the script did him any favors, which is crazy. I love Sam Raimi. I'm not sure who wrote those movies, but um, yeah, like it's something about him. I'll have to make a separate video about it because I'm about to get sidetracked. We're already at 4.5 minutes, and I don't want this to go on too long because I'm freaking nervous. It's my first video. Um, Not comfortable with the camera, and but I promise if you come back, I'm getting sidetracked again. But if you ever come back, and in the future, my videos will improve once I get comfortable with this camera. Once I learn how to edit, uh, my personality will really shine. I feel like right now I'm talking too fast because I just want to get it over with, which is a shame because I really love this movie and I should have. I I put off making this video for a long time just because I wanted to do it for a movie that I knew I was gonna have a lot to say about, which is Spider-Man: No Way Home. I waited for this release specifically so I can make this video, and um, now I wish I would have done it for something else that I've sat with for a long time, because I could have just calmly came in here and talked to you about one of my favorite movies. But here I go talking about the brand spanking new Spider-Man movie. But anyway, got sidetracked long enough. Back to the movie. But saying all that about Tobey Maguire, oh my gosh, he still delivered in this film for me. I think my first time watching it, I was like, oh, I didn't like Tobey. He was fine, but I don't think they gave him enough to say or enough to do. Don't know what I was thinking. Second time I watched it, he had a couple moments of comedy that I like. The Andrew Garfield talking about Electro. He said he was a really nice guy until he fell into that vat of eels, and Tobey says, oh well, that'll do it. That made me laugh the first time too, but that's just an example of how he did deliver when he was given a chance to. Obviously, the scene at the end where he's stopping Peter from killing Norman, that was great and powerful without saying a word. He just gave him that look. Tom Holland, he is obviously a tremendous talent. We've always been lucky to have him as Spider-Man. I've enjoyed him in every single movie. But this performance that he gives with this one, and it's not just him, it's the script, it's the direction. I think they really, it's like this entire trilogy has been an origin story for this version of Spider-Man. Everybody cried and wanted him to say, or they wanted the famous line, with great power comes great responsibility. They wanted, people complained he wasn't Spider-Man quite yet. He didn't seem like Peter Parker because he wasn't swinging around New York City, or he wasn't doing things that Spider-Man does, quote unquote. And I think I finally understood it in this movie. Not because he wasn't in New York City or swinging around New York City, but this movie, by the end of it, I think this is when he truly becomes Spider-Man. This is when he truly becomes a hero. He's been to outer space and he's fought aliens and he's a part of the Avengers, but it's something about this movie, the sacrifices he's forced to make. It's just such a Spider-Man story. The movie starts with him and he wants Doctor Strange to cast a spell to make everyone forget that he's Peter Parker, so his life can go back to being rosy. And in the middle of it, he's like, oh wait, no, switch it to this, change it to this. I forgot about this. And then at the end, he has to make the decision. I can't have my cake and eat it too. These people would be better off without me. Everyone needs to forget because, I just can't pick and choose who can remember. And he does it. Doctor Strange, I think they have a sweet moment. I hate that I don't have enough time to talk about everything about this movie because I'm going to skip over something. Doctor Strange's moment where he's like, are you sure? Everyone who knows and loves you, we won't remember you. And I thought that was such a sweet moment. It's such an underrated moment. I'm not hearing anybody talk about that because there's so much other shit in this movie to talk about. But I just thought that was such a sweet line. I love Benedict Cumberbatch in this role. I love Doctor Strange. Multiverse of Madness is my most anticipated movie. Ever since that announcement came, it's been my most anticipated movie. And then I heard Sam Raimi was coming back to direct it. I'm like, oh my goodness, he's my favorite director. He's one of my favorite directors. Directed one of my favorite movies, Evil Dead 2. I'm crazy about Sam Raimi, so I'm crazy to see what he does with Multiverse of Madness. But okay, Tom Holland, Doctor Strange. Moving on. let me just do some quick hits on some people before I get out of here. 10 minutes. Um, Zendaya finally got her opportunity to shine. I think this script, and I keep praising the script. I love the script. I think this is the third time I brought the script up. I loved it. I think it really let her loose this time. She's one of our most gifted young actresses. If you've seen Euphoria or Malcolm and Marie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is a fucking powerhouse. I love her to death, and I'm glad she got her opportunity here to finally just act. I feel like in the previous movie she ain't really get much to do, but to be an awkward love interest, and in this one, her "I love you" moment towards the end of the movie, so sweet, so perfect, perfectly played by Zendaya. Jacob Batalon, another standout. Everybody in this movie freaking is a standout. He, again, gives another good performance because he's good in all these movies, but I feel like in this one, they hint towards his future a little bit with the supervillain stuff. I think he's just a charming, funny guy, and I enjoy seeing him, Zendaya, and Tom Holland get to interact. And I hope that in the next movie, I hope when they do eventually I hope they undo this forgetting thing. Like Zendaya says, she's gonna find out again. So I can't wait to see these three on screen together again. I wish we could get the three Spider-Man on screen again because their banter, everything they got to do together was just gold, and it made me so happy. I cannot wait to see it again. Just talking about it right now, I'm so excited to see it again this weekend with my father. It has to be something else I can say really quick. Willem Dafoe. Got a hot take, guys. Willem Dafoe, pretty good actor. You feel so bad for him when he just looks like a mentally ill kind of, he just looks lost and he's stealing donuts at Feast. Oh my gosh, I got so many theories about Feast and the next movie, but I'm gonna make that in another video. Keep it on Willem Dafoe. And then when he has his eventual heel turn at the condo, oh my goodness, and oh shit, Norman's on sabbatical, honey. That line reading is perfection, and his voice and his laugh and his fucking eyes when he has his heel turn in the movie and he's able to, his voice changes slightly. He gets a little more raspy, and his eyes just look differently, and he kicks Peter's ass. And when you think Peter's kicking his ass, he's going to town on his face, right? And Norman's just smiling like a freaking maniac. God, I loved it. I had a joke that I came up with where I was going to call him Willem Dafoe, but then I see like that joke's been made a billion times, and even though everybody else said that joke, I arrived at it independently before I saw everyone else make it. So put that on record, all two of you that is watching this video. I really think Jamie Foxx did a good job. I didn't like him the first time I watched it, but I think he did a great job. Alfred Molina, obviously, as Doc Ock was good. I think Thomas Hayden Church, he did good on his voice acting with the Sandman. And I think that pretty much covers it, maybe somewhat. I don't want to try to do too much with this video, because if I try to do too much, I'm going to end up screwing some shit up, and yeah, don't want to do that, not yet. This is fun. I'm so glad I got this out the way. Thank you for watching. Oh, I'm not sure how I'm going to do my rating system yet. And then, eventually I'm going to do things in segments where, I'll have my thoughts more organized, and it'll be like a boom, performances. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll figure it out. And then as far as my rating system goes, that's going to evolve a lot, but I'm just going to keep it like a 5-star rating system, like on Letterboxd. If you have a Letterboxd, follow me on there. I don't remember my name on Letterboxd. Dang it. It might be Groovy Tone, something like that. Anthony, I don't know. I'll plug it in the next video. Forget it. But anyway, on Letterboxd, I gave it 5 stars. And yeah, man, I love this movie. It may be my top MCU movie. I don't know. Eventually, I'm gonna do a full MCU ranking video when I get really comfortable and I learn how to edit and put different graphics on the screen. I have to find out a name for the channel. That's coming soon too. Thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna do a Hawkeye review soon, so come back for that, and we can talk some Hawkeye. That's a good show. All right, I'm gonna close this. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays. Today's December 24th. Whatever holiday you celebrate, if you do celebrate around this time, have a good holiday. If you do not celebrate, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching. Yeah.